Did you feel that kind of pressure?
Yeah, I felt some pressure. I stayed up until 2, I remember.
Did you feel the pressure in Indonesian school and international school compared to the Korean school?
I would say different kind of pressure. I had to learn their language first.
Have you been to Bali?
Yeah, 70% of people were Australians.
You graduated in 10th grade?
Yeah,
Well, we got a elite here. Do you have any ambitions?
make a unicorn startup.
Can you employ me later on,
No.
when I'm jobless?
No.
How was the military?
I was in Incheon Airport. I saw some celebrity.
As an exchange student coming to Korea, what advice would you give them?
Study first before you play. Make good use of.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Seoulful Sessions.
What's up, guys?
Today we're excited to have another guest, one of Kevin's friends.
A very special friend that I met in a random economics class.
Nice.
And yeah, I just told him, you want to come to the podcast? And he said, I'm down. So we have him right here and we're ready to have a good conversation.
Yeah, I mean, he seemed super chill, you know.
Yeah.
Your first time meeting him, you said, I have a podcast, subscribe.
Yeah, it was the first day I met him.
Oh, yeah? And then you told him that first day?
Yeah.
And he said, let's do it?
He was down.
Awesome. All right, so what's his name, Kevin?
So his name is Jade.
Let's welcome him in.
And yeah, we can call him in. Jade, please come in.
Welcome, Jade. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. So, Jade, how are you, man?
Doing great.
We just want to say thank you so much
Oh, it's an honor.
taking your time off and staying here with us. But before we do that, I am your host, Daniel.
I'm Jade.
And I'm your co-host, Kevin.
Nice. So another episode of Seoulful Sessions. Before we get into anything, tell us a little bit about yourself, Jade.
So I was raised in South Korea, in Seoul, until I was 10. And after that, I moved with my parents to Indonesia, and I was raised there in international school, and also made my decision to attend University of Indonesia in Jakarta. And this semester, I came to Korea University as an exchange student.
Nice.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you're Korean.
Yes, I'm fully Korean.
Do you have like Indonesian nationality?
Actually, I don't.
Oh, you don't.
But yeah.
Do you need like a visa for that?
Yeah, so there is a requirement that you have to live at least 15 or 20 years in that soil, and then you can request or make official documents for getting a visa or citizenships. I
Nice.
heard it's complicated.
So you need around 5-6 more years, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Are you excited?
Kind of. But I'm actually gonna be stick with Korean citizenships.
Nice.
So far. 'Cause, yeah.
And since you're Korean, we don't have to ask you when was the first time you experienced Korea. So instead, we wanted to ask you, before you moved to Indonesia, how was your life in Korea?
Oh, it was pretty chill.
Yeah?
Because, I live with my parents, and also I was that normal kid in the classroom that talks a little bit, and I was quite high compared to other classmates. So, yeah, other than that, everything was normal and chill.
But in Korea, you didn't go to an international school, right?
Oh, yes.
It was just a normal Korean school?
Just normal Korean school.
We've never really had a Korean guest
Mm-hmm.
or a guest that's lived in Korea before they go to university.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just a bit curious of how Korean school works, like elementary school. I don't know if you have anything to compare it with, but how's the scheduling and what's for lunch? Just the simple things,
Oh, okay. So, yeah, it's
if you remember.
If I remember. Well, as far as I remember, till my 3rd grade, yeah, we went to class around 8:30ish, and after that we had an hour period class for every hour, and we had an hour of lunchtime, and after that 2 hours of afternoon class. It was quite easy ones, the afternoon one, because the kids can't concentrate anymore. Yeah, we all know that,
Of course.
So yeah, it was
Sure.
yeah.
But these when you say morning class and afternoon class,
Yeah.
was it all the same teacher?
Oh, sometimes it changed,
Mm.
but usually for math or like Korean language or like something science, it would be related or with the homeroom teachers. But regarding like physical activities, PE class or something music or something like that has specialties, we would do it on another teacher.
It's the same then.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
So we talked about like economic stress on students here in Korea
Oh yeah.
as elementary kids. Did you feel that kind of pressure when you started in elementary?
Oh yeah, I felt some like pressure
Already in elementary.
already in elementary
Wow.
school. So there was one episode, short episode of with my mom. So my mom was quite like putting pressure on me, but I could understand now. But at the time, she put pressure on me for getting a first place on
I see.
like mathematic competitions.
Uh,
So like I stayed up like until 2, I remember.
and you're still in elementary.
As a-
Yeah, I was an
elementary
elementary kid.
Bro, what time of math are you guys learning?
And like I remember like crying for getting those grades and like
bro.
if I get one question wrong, she would ask me to do another page.
Wow.
So I would have to get everything on that page right.
Oh, wow.
But the result was quite fruitful. Like I got the first place, and after that, like mom was really satisfied and like she was so gentle to me. And another thing was that like after I get the first place, everyone in the class and even the parents, like my friends' parents, they would like approach me and like ask me to go on a ski date or like skating, because like they wanted to know how I got the first place for that
Really?
mathematics competition.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was quite surprised.
So you basically become a popular kid among the parents
Yeah, in my third grade.
in third grade.
In third grade. So I was quite
Wait,
surprised.
do you remember what type of math you guys were learning in third grade?
Oh yeah, like fractions and like division and multiplication.
Bro, I think I started learning fractions when I was like in sixth grade.
Oh, really?
I don't remember, but it was not third grade. Wow.
That was quite tough.
So you can tell since third grade,
Mm-hmm.
you're feeling that pressure.
I could feel that.
And obviously back then you didn't know, it was stressful.
Mhm.
But now you have kind of an understanding of what Korean society is like, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
That's how they live.
Interesting. Thank you for sharing that
Yeah.
pressure you felt in third grade. That's crazy though.
Yeah.
Wait, so would you go on these ski trips with these parents?
I did. And like they bought me food, like invited me on like there was restaurant called Peeps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the
Oh, wow.
steak restaurant. They would take me out and like tell their kids that like stay close with this guy, like this guy's smart. I was like, okay, this is how it works.
And did you like tell them how you did it?
Yeah, kind of a little bit.
That you cried while doing your math homework?
Oh, I didn't imagine that. But like I just said like I worked hard with my parents and like they have some discipline and helped me. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. At least you got first place, so.
Yeah, I got first place and got that like achievement, that certificates. With
Really?
the stamps. Yeah.
Can you show that certificate when going to the university?
Oh no.
Oh, it's not that type of
It
certificate.
was not that.
Oh, okay,
Because
okay.
elementary level, so yeah.
Still, that is crazy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that was quite tough.
Yeah, and what type of food do they give in like the high school, in the elementary? In
Elementary school back in the days. Like normal, like typical Korean dish. Usually with the like side dish with vegetables.
Korea? Like kimchi,
Like kimchi. and,
콩나물.
like- Yeah, 콩나물.
Yeah.
You name it. Yeah.
And like, was there always like a soup?
Yeah, there was always soup with that. And the funny thing was that the people who like the one who distributes the food to the dish was the kids, like
What?
class representatives.
Oh, so it wasn't like the lunch lady?
Yeah, it wasn't the lunch
It
lady.
was the kids doing it.
So this is how it worked. So like every lunchtime, there would be the class representatives, like one boy and one girl, and they would go out and take those like the tray. There's a big tray of food for that one particular class. There's like 3-1 and 3-2, like class for every third grade, and they would get it and distribute it to every dish as we line up.
And then since you got first place, they gave you more.
Yeah,
actually?
that happened. No, really? I was surprised. Yeah.
No way.
I got one more piece of the kalbi, the ribs of the
You get
soup.
special treatment.
Yeah, it was quite like satisfying experience.
Not only is it like rewarding for your parents, it's rewarding for you too.
Yeah, I felt that.
Wow, interesting.
Oh, this is how like they ranked.
Nice.
Okay.
So basically,
Yeah.
that was your elementary life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same old. How many students are there like per grade? Do you remember?
I remember like 30 to 40.
Oh, not that much.
Yeah, not that much for one particular class, and we had like 6 classes for each
Mhm.
grades, so probably around 200, I think.
Oh,
No, no,
Yeah,
that's a lot.
That's
It's a big
quite a lot.
Was it in Seoul?
Yeah, it was in Seoul.
Nice.
Yeah.
And after you moved to Indonesia,
Mm-hmm.
you were there for your middle school life and high school life, right?
Yes.
Before we go into the differences between the Korean school and the Indonesian school,
Mm-hmm.
what was the Indonesian school like?
So I went to Indonesian school for just a year, because like after a year I had to move to international school. But for that particular period, I could remember that they were very active in playing. So like back in Korean elementary school, they have quite chilled mood. Like the one who play it would go on a soccer field and play, or like one on the aisle would go around and like teachers would scold them like
Yeah.
not to run away.
Yeah.
But like I discovered that Indonesian school, they're quite like open to everything. So even in the class, they would play and like reach out to new friends and like ask them out to play with.
Wow.
So I found that quite sociable and also like very unique. Yeah.
Is that 1 year of going to an Indonesian school really help you learn the language and the culture? Like, do you think if you did not have that 1 year,
Mm-hmm.
you would have difficulty adjusting to Indonesian culture?
Oh, I wouldn't say like it wouldn't like help me or make me difficult if it wasn't the Indonesian school, but I would say it helped me a lot for sure for understanding their culture.
So in the
Yeah.
Indonesian school, it was only Indonesian?
Oh yes.
No other like no English.
Oh, there was another like 2 Korean people other than me and my brother, but like yeah, majority of them were Indonesian.
So
people.
can you speak Indonesian now?
Oh yeah.
Fluently?
Yeah.
Nice.
Can.
So after that 1 year in Indonesian school, you went to an
Yes.
international school.
Yes.
Was there a drastic difference between the international school in Indonesia and the Indonesian school?
Oh yes, a lot. Because like international school, there were only like 1 or 2 Indonesian people, and rest of the students were like all American or like British kids.
Oh.
So yeah, they had culture difference, I would say, like their backgrounds and also the way they speak English and also way they behave. Like they're quite chill,
Yeah.
not that playing out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like the way the teachers, like how the curriculum goes,
Mhm.
it was also different. Yeah.
And before we get into like about the classes,
Mm-hmm.
was the lunch food given in the Indonesian school and the international school different as well?
Oh yes. Oh, actually, like we had our lunchbox ready.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah.
So, like yeah, I couldn't have opportunity to
yeah.
have an experience there.
But you brought like your
Different.
kimbap
Oh yeah, I brought my gimbap.
or like your chumokbap?
Oh yes, actually Korean food was popular,
Oh, yeah?
like regardless of the Indonesian or international school. Like, and my mom was really eager person, like type of person who would show off,
Oh, yeah?
like how you have to eat good
Yeah.
for getting a good grade and
Oh,
like
yeah.
good proficiency for academic. So like sometimes she would give me like kalbi, or also like chamchigimbap, like something that goes above normal Korean food. Like she would ask something,
Yeah.
and like everyone was surprised. Like yeah,
Jade's mother fusion Korean food.
yes, yes, yes. Yeah, and
Would you
like,
share it with your friends?
Yeah, I just shared. Actually, my mom like packed 2 or 3 sets of food to share with other friends.
She wanted to, right?
Yeah, she wanted to.
Oh, that's nice.
Because like she wanted to help me to get new friends and
Yeah.
get along.
Oh, that's nice.
So yeah, I could say it helped me quite a lot
That's
bringing
good.
Yeah.
Korean
I
food.
mean, that was the same for us.
Yeah.
when I would pack like kimbap or you know the 멸치,
Mm-hmm.
my friends would always go crazy. They'd be like, "Can I have a kimbap?"
Yeah.
And then my friend would always ask me, "Hey, bro, what is like this 멸치?" He liked the 멸치. I don't know why.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, if you bring me some the next day, I'm gonna pay you for it.
Oh,
Literally,
Really?
that's how much he liked it. I don't know. There's something about Korean food that they
Yeah.
yeah.
really enjoy.
But did they call the kimbap sushi there too?
Yes.
Can I have some sushi?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they always
And
call
I'm
it
like,
sushi, right?
Bro, this is not sushi, man. This is kimbap.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I would like correct them to
Yeah.
make the kimbap sound and then give away.
Oh,
Like,
that's-
oh, you're past.
You're
Yeah.
teaching them.
I'm teaching them. Yeah.
Oh, that's similar though. Like our lunch experience when we bring our lunch boxes.
Oh.
And did you feel the pressure in Indonesian school and international school compared to the Korean school?
I would say different kind of pressure, cause like apart from those academic itself, I had to learn their language first to get in those academic competitions and like the curriculums. So like the learning new language itself was a challenge, I would say. But after that, I would say it was quite like motivating and also like I would say like worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, to
Oh, yeah,
study.
because before you went into the international school, you didn't know any English, right?
Yeah, not at
Wow.
all.
So I guess what helped you most in improving your English?
Oh, probably discipline.
Discipline?
Another discipline. Well, like I had a personal tutor with another like American teacher, so she was kind of like granny, like grandma's age, but she taught me really well with those science textbook. So she taught me in English. She taught English to a Korean kid that never knew about English
Yeah.
in English. So it's kind of make it redundant, but yeah, that helped me to learn more. Because like in order to read the science textbook or any mathematic textbook, I had to understand or like had to guess what it means. So like I learned to survive.
Nice. So this time it wasn't pressure to go into first place, but pressure to learn the language.
Yes.
What was more difficult, learning Indonesian or English?
I would say English was more difficult.
Wow.
Because like for Indonesian, there was not much to do with like essay or like learning new vocabularies, because I use it in first-hand experience in daily life. But for English, I had to write an essay and had to think about grammars and also like difficult vocabularies, so forth and so on. So yeah, it was hard.
Nice. And when learning Indonesian, was there another language that they speak in Indonesia? I'm sorry for my ignorance, but like, is there like another language they use there?
Oh, like they have a dialogue, I would say. Like they have particular language or tone in that area or cities, but it was not that different from original Indonesian language.
So it's like a different accent per area.
Yes, yes.
And you learned the city accent?
Yeah, like standard accent.
Standard?
Yeah.
So do you also understand accents from other areas?
Sometimes, but like, yeah, probably most of them, because there is not much difference between
It's not like the
gaps.
Korean they use in Jeju-do.
Oh yeah, not that much.
Not that much,
Yeah.
that much different.
Not that big difference.
Nice.
Yeah.
And while you were living in Indonesia, and you currently are, right?
Yeah.
Did you feel any type of, well, I don't know if you could say racism because we're the same race, but like racism or stereotypes for you being a Korean? Or did they not notice that you were even Korean? They thought you were Indonesian?
So, speaking of racism,
Yeah,
there was not much racism
of
as
course.
far as I remember. But yeah, people recognize me as Korean, and I could feel that like from their like staring, I would say,
Yeah.
like the way they look at me. I could felt that they're looking at foreigners, and it would, if I go on a like Uber or like get a car or taxi, they would like ask me if I'm Korean, and I would say, oh yes I am.
But you talk to them in Indonesian, right?
Yes, and they're really surprised with that, and also like they're enjoying it. Like, oh, Korean speaking Indonesian,
Yeah.
this is like something unique, like out of ordinary.
오히려 they enjoyed it
Yeah, they enjoyed it.
because you're a Korean, but you're speaking in their mother language.
Yes, yes,
So you haven't really felt any discrimination.
yeah, not much at all.
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard Indonesia is a very nice country though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really gentle and open.
that's nice.
Foreigners.
I think it has a lot to do with the way we look, like our appearance.
Because we're Asian.
I mean, like for us, we were in where is it, South America,
Yeah.
and we look completely different
Mm.
from the South American people. But I feel like in Indonesia, I'm not saying all Asians look alike, but you feel this kind of like connection. Since we're both Asian, there's no need to discriminate each other, you know.
Yeah,
True.
yeah, true.
So yeah, I guess.
So basically, no hatred towards Korea, right?
yeah, rather like, like affection, I would say, or
Mm.
like interest in Korean. Yeah,
But at the time, was Korean culture popular in Indonesia?
it was kind of on like upward sloping, like
Slope?
kind of getting on. Yeah.
Like K-pop was starting to come.
Yeah, started in calm, and like they were talking about Park Ji-sung,
Wow.
the soccer player,
Oh.
at that time.
They like soccer there.
Yeah, they like soccer.
You
a
like
lot.
soccer?
Yeah, I sometimes play
Do,
football.
do you watch any teams?
Tottenham.
Tottenham?
Yes.
Yeah, Tottenham's fine.
Oh yeah.
They're
Yeah.
alright. Yeah.
Son.
I mean, it's alright.
That's alright. I mean, it's alright.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, that was off topic. I apologize. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you didn't really feel any discrimination, but you have like American and British friends, right?
Yeah.
Do you think have you seen like them facing some discrimination because they're completely different race?
I wouldn't say they had like discriminations.
Oh, that's
but
good.
Maybe there was, but I couldn't see because we were inside the boundary of like international school,
Yeah.
and we wouldn't go like outside school, or even if we were, like we would go to supermarkets in front of the school, and there's not much opportunity
Yeah.
to get discrimination, I would say.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. It
That's
just
great.
makes me want to visit Indonesia even more.
Yeah, you should try it. Yeah.
Very tropical country, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, all right. You said a lot of islands.
A lot of islands.
Have you been to all of them?
Oh, I couldn't. There's way too much.
Too many, right?
Yeah.
Have you been to Bali?
Yeah, like a couple times, 3 or 4 times, I remember.
How is it?
It's great. Yeah. So technically, I could felt that it's not Indonesia because like 70% of people were Australians. All you see on the streets were
Australians?
Like
Yes.
tourists or people that actually live in Bali?
Tourists plus people who lives in Bali.
Oh,
So there are quite a lot of people, including Koreans and Australians, foreigners, who settle in Bali
oh, I see.
and have their own business too.
You reminded me of my question. I'm sorry, I'm gonna cut you off.
Uh-oh.
Was there a big Korean community in Indonesia?
It depends on like cities,
Oh,
but there are quite a lot.
what city did you live in?
I lived in Salatiga.
Salatika. Oh, I've heard of it.
Oh, you heard? of
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's where the international school was.
Oh.
So there were Korean communities like form up on like those education, like people,
Yeah.
like parents who moved to the city
Mm.
to get their kids to international school. So there was like community of those people. And meantime, in Jakarta, which is the capital city of Indonesia, there were people who settled there for business or factories for like those purposes.
In your international school, so there were quite a lot of Koreans, or
Oh yes, like I can guarantee that 40% were Koreans. I don't know.
it's always these Koreans in these international
Yeah, in
schools.
Yeah, because in my high school years, in my grade alone, we were like 10 Koreans, literally.
And that's a lot, because
Wow.
there's what, 40 people in your grade?
No,
50?
we were like 15.
Eh? In Mexico?
It's a small school.
Oh, in Mexico.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow.
But I mean, in Ecuador as well, we had a lot of Koreans in our classes as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
And did you hang out more with the Koreans or with like the Americans or the locals?
With Korean
With the
kids
Koreans?
more.
What you guys do?
Like we played Minecraft.
I mean, we're at that age. where Minecraft was
We're
hot.
at that age. Oh yeah, and I think it depended on the activities we do, like the nationality of kids. For instance, if we were to go out for shopping or like to eat out in good local food, we would go with local friends.
Mhm.
And if we want to play Minecraft or something that involves a lot of like curse words, you know, like, you know what I mean? It's like
Of course.
intimate those activities. We would play with Korean kids,
Mhm.
and also if we were playing sports, we would include everyone.
Yeah.
And like American friends were particularly into those sports, so like we'll play with them too.
I don't know. I'm just getting an image of Indonesia being such an open country right now.
It is.
Yeah, like
It is.
everyone seems so nice. I feel like you're hiding something. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think there are two sides.
Oh, really?
For that, yeah.
You mind sharing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So people are open, but despite that factor, the country is kind of preservative, like conservative, like because the country itself is not Muslim country, but their politics and religions are mostly Muslims. So because of that, like the characteristic of the religion itself is quite conservative.
Of course.
So because of that, like it's quite still not that open to like foreigners for the policies
Oh, I
or
see.
like rules, regulations.
Yeah.
But people are very open to culture. So open to Koreans and other foreigners. So yeah. I think there are like pros and cons with that.
Of course.
Yeah. So yeah.
But you can also find Korean churches in Indonesia, right?
Yes.
So there's still
A
that
lot.
small Christian community
Mhm.
within. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you go to Korean church there?
Oh yes, I was actually at the Korean church before I came to student exchange to Korea.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Do you play any instruments there?
I just like clap.
Clap your hands?
Clap. Just yeah, like chill as a normal, like church people. Yeah.
In your international school, were there a lot of Australians as well then?
Oh, not a lot.
No Australians?
Yeah, no Australians at all. Like
But in
mostly,
Jakarta?
yeah, but in Jakarta or in
Or
Bali. Yeah, there are a lot. And I heard there are like Russian people coming into Bali these days as well.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah. Those are
Before we get
different.
into Korea, oh, sorry.
Mm.
Before we get into Korea, do you recommend people come to Indonesia?
Yes.
Any city you recommend specifically? Maybe not Bali because that was really famous. Or
Oh,
Jakarta,
yeah.
you know.
Mm-hmm. I would recommend like Bandung.
Bandung?
Yeah, that's another city like near Jakarta. There's new like bullet train built with Jakarta and Bandung city.
Oh.
And Bandung itself was built upon like on a mountain region, so it's quite chilly.
Nice.
Like considering that the fact that Indonesia is a Southeast Asia tropical country, and they have really good cafes and like Airbnb places.
I can imagine.
So yeah,
I mean, you said Indonesia has millions of. How many islands do they have specifically? Do you know, like
Like-
the estimate?
more than 20,000.
Wow.
More than 20,000. So
Yeah.
can you just wake up one day and be like, you know what? I feel like going to an island and just take a boat there. Like, how does that work? I'm kind of curious.
Oh, that's a good question. Wow, actually, that's the first question I heard.
Oh, really?
As, people live in Indonesia.
Mm.
So technically, like Indonesia has like 7 major islands.
Okay.
So those major islands are the islands that are really big, like I would say bigger than Japan
Wow.
for each particular islands. Like of course bigger than Korea or
Yeah.
Korean Peninsula itself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, as you can see.
Yeah,
in the
I'm
map.
seeing right now.
Yeah,
It's huge.
it's huge. So actually, the size itself is bigger than Korea and other countries, but like it's kind of sized down. Like
So it's all these islands, right?
yeah, so
Oh.
all these islands, and those big islands are where like the big stuffs are happening, like tourism industry or business, factories or palm trees, you name it. So, yes, except that like other islands are really small, that are island that really small that like you can walk on the shore within 10 minutes.
Ah, I see.
So including those islands, it would like exceed 20,000.
Mm.
So if I were go to another islands, I would take planes to those main islands
Wow.
usually.
So the main islands have a airport,
Yes.
but the smaller islands are kind of like
Yeah.
Since there's not a lot of tourism in those, I guess the
Mhm.
transportation is not that well developed.
It's not that well. You have to get a boat, like your own boat.
Yeah.
Just for it. Yeah.
I'm assuming there's some uninhabited islands too, right?
Yes, there are a lot.
Because there's so many small islands, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the biodiversity would be amazing there.
Yeah.
It's huge.
It's huge.
What traditional food do they have in Indonesia? I haven't heard
Um,
much about the country. So
Oh, so they really have a lot of spicy food.
Mm.
And also, like, the main theme of Indonesian food, I would say it's fried.
fried food.
Fried food. Either you fry rice or, like, fried chickens. Because of the characteristic of Southeast Asia and Indonesia, it's quite humid.
Oh,
yeah.
nasi goreng is from.
Oh, yeah, nasi goreng is
They
from
say it's one of the
Indonesia.
best dishes in the world.
It is.
Do you agree with that?
I agree.
Is it top tier over Korean food?
Not that much, actually. But itself, like the fried rice, the nasi goreng itself is really good. That it's like above the average of other fried rice from other countries. Yeah, definitely.
Have you tried it in Korea?
Actually, I've tried once in the buffet. Actually,
How was it?
it was just the egg fried rice. I was really disappointed.
You were offended.
I was really offended.
Oh shit.
Oh.
My bad.
It's just fried rice and like egg fried rice. You can go to like Chinese restaurants or
And
중국집 and get it. Oh, I was really offended.
if you do try like an actual Indonesian restaurant in Korea and you think it's good, let us know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, there probably is an Indonesian restaurant here around. right?
I heard there is one in Hongdae
Oh, okay.
with the Bali theme
Restaurant.
restaurants.
Nice.
Yeah, I heard it's good.
Also, before we get to the next topic, this is a tradition we do. We always ask a guest on their opinion on like specifically pizza. This started with our
Brazilian
Brazilian
guest.
guest. He said that he really enjoyed chocolate pizza. What do you think of chocolate pizza?
Is that pizza?
Is it pizza or not?
Tough question.
I mean, we had an Italian guest too. She said that is an abomination. It's not pizza.
Quite sensitive. I would say it can be a dessert, but not a pizza for a meal.
But it's a dessert pizza?
Oh, is this the picture? Oh,
Yeah, something
it's
like
that
that.
one- it's something like that.
like that. Oh, I wouldn't go up on that.
I mean, it looks horrible.
No, it can't be pizza. No.
All right.
No way.
So
Yeah.
you told me there was something similar in Indonesia.
Or a weird pizza?
Weird pizza, or I would say unique.
Uh-huh.
So there's a tuna mayo pizza.
Tuna
in
mayo.
Indonesian Pizza Hut.
Chamchi mayo.
Chamchi mayo, yes.
How do they say it there?
Like tuna,
Tuna?
just tuna or tuna mayo.
Mm.
Yeah, same.
And what's the base of it, you know?
Oh, yeah, just
I don't know, man.
Looks suspicious,
it
man.
looks kind of weird.
it's actually good.
Really?
Really, you guys should try it.
Does it have, is it tomato based?
No,
What's the
it's with like, I remember mayonnaise, tuna, and corn.
base is mayo?
Yeah, base is mayo.
Wow.
So it's quite like sweet, and also they have those, you can feel those crunch of tuna, like tuna can.
Wow. It looks kind of Korean
Yeah,
pizza
it
because
does.
Korean pizza is also
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah. It's quite similar to Korean pizzas.
I mean,
So,
I feel like it's more pizza than the chocolate pizza though. That's for sure.
Yeah, so we'll rank it above the chocolate pizza for
Okay,
now.
okay.
So we got tuna and then below we got
Okay.
chocolate. Okay.
yes, we won.
Nice. All right, we're gonna remember you as a tuna mayo pizza. And you said you graduated from high school in Indonesia and stayed there, right?
Mm-hmm.
How was that process? Did you have a chance to come to Korea?
I actually had, but like it was quite complicated.
Okay.
So, like actually, I got my like high school graduation certificate in California.
How does that work?
So, I moved to San Diego when I was in 10th grade. So 2 years before I graduate.
Bro, you are You've been traveling the world, man.
Multicultural.
I did. And I took a test called CHSPE. It's basically like 검정고시. So if I pass the test, that gives me like certificates that's equivalent to high school diploma of high school in San Diego.
Oh, so you were in 10th grade.
Yeah, I was in 10th grade.
So if you get that certificate in 10th grade, you can graduate right away? Is that what you're saying?
What?
Yes. And then I moved to CC,
Where's CC?
like in San Diego, community college in San Diego.
Oh.
So
Wait, so you graduated in 10th grade?
yeah, I graduated in 10th
Bro, you're a
grade.
genius.
Well, we got a elite here.
Yeah. Bro, there's a reason your mother made you cry and stay up all night doing the math.
It
in
was
third
all
grade.
worth it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And then you stayed in community college in the States?
in States, and after that I was planning to go to UC through those CC curriculums.
Yeah.
But after all, it turned out to be like quite harsh because I had to complete like 2-year course within 1 year. So yeah, I got good GPA and I got good essay for UCs. But speaking of those academic stress and also like financial burden and those like sudden, changes in my environment
Right.
made me to like kind of lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to chill, and that's why I came back to Indonesia. My parents.
Is there a reason you chose to come back to Indonesia?
Because my parents were still there. Yeah, that
It's
was
comfort.
comfort. Yes,
It's always nice to have your parents nearby.
yes.
Interesting. Now we have to talk about San Diego a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you were there for 1 year?
1 year, 1 year and a half.
I mean, you were supposed to be there for 3 years, but you graduated early. Damn. Wow.
Yeah.
I've never met someone that's graduated early.
Yeah.
Really. It's an honor.
Oh, it's,
I feel so stupid right now. So during that 1 year, how was the experience? Because there's a lot of Asians, especially in California, right?
there are a lot.
I feel like you wouldn't feel much discrimination, but maybe you did. So if there is any examples.
Okay, so like when I was in San Diego, I could have felt a lot of discriminations, but back in LA, like whenever I go to LA, I experienced quite a lot on
Really?
the street. Yeah, because like
Wait, what year was this?
2018,
Oh, before COVID.
before COVID. Yeah,
Wow.
it's been a while.
What type of discrimination did you feel?
Like, so I was like waiting on the ATM of Chase Bank ATM.
Yeah.
And the guy in front of me suddenly like turned around and like kind of asserted me with, I would say, like curse words and like discriminating words.
Yeah.
Something very offensive
Yeah.
to Asian people,
Wow.
saying that like he saw me looking at his like account.
Oh, the password?
Me looking at his password. I was like, I was doing my phone. Like, what are you talking about? And like, he was like, kept scolding and like,
Scary.
offensively, scaring me. And I was kind of, frustrated.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because it was first time like for me to have this kind of experience in LA, and I thought it was really like La La Land. Those kind of like
The American
beautiful
dream.
American dream, like everyone's chill, like with those palm trees, and those chill people say hi and lift and like suddenly greets me in the street.
Yeah,
But also there are those kind of people,
of course.
so I could see like up and downs. I would say like both bright side and dark side of
Yeah, of course.
LA. Yeah.
Interesting. You feel like pretty much all the countries you've been in or lived in for a while,
Oh yeah.
you've had a good experience with your friends, though.
Yes.
I'm glad to hear that.
But was it hard for you to keep, moving to a different place? Because you know how you stay in one place, you meet new friends, you kind of get used to that culture, and then you suddenly have to move again and start that process all over again. Was that exhausting for you?
Really exhausting, I would say. But Nowadays, I got used to it, so it's quite familiar with those. But yeah, every time I have those kind of process, it's tough.
Yeah.
Hard
Yeah.
saying goodbye.
Yeah, hard to say goodbye. But yeah, after all, like these days, I started to feel that it's way much cooler.
Like,
Because I have this experience with other people for a few months, and then I moved to another places, so that gives me kind of like a sense of cowboy, I would say, like wandering around like digital nomad.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I go to different places, and they would see like, oh, Daniel, like Jade, sorry,
no, it's good.
yeah, Jade, you should come to Japan, or like, oh, Jade, you went to Singapore, you should meet me. Like
Oh yeah.
I have those kind of contact through SNS.
Wherever you go, you'll have someone.
Yes,
a good
exactly,
thing.
exactly, yes. So I think that's quite like a side factor that are really good.
That's nice. And to cut time a little bit, let's move on to your university life. But we'll talk about both of your Indonesian university
Mhm.
life and the Korean exchange student life.
Sure.
Any big differences between those two? I know you're just an exchange student, but it must be different, some parts?
Oh yes, quite a lot.
Quite a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 3 things. But first, I was surprised that Korean University, they have a grading system for teamworks. So after they done the team projects, they can like score other teammates to
Oh.
work with, and that gives some motivation, I would say,
Yeah.
to work hard. Indonesian University doesn't have those kind of system, so
That thing is not obligatory though. It's per professor.
oh yeah, the professor.
But
So-
yeah, that's really good.
That's really good because like sometimes I had those kind of
The bad-
experience.
The bad kids
Yeah, the bad kids.
that don't do work. There's always one of those people. And when you get the chance to grade each other,
Mhm.
you can be honest. Like,
Mhm.
this guy didn't do anything. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
What's your second thing?
Second thing, the food is really good.
Oh,
Like the hakshik,
oh,
let's say, in Korea University
Yeah.
was really good.
Amazing.
Amazing. Yeah.
how's the pricing?
Wow. At that price.
Like at that
$5.
price?
Yeah. Yeah, because like Indonesian school, they have relatively cheap food as well. But speaking of like, maybe because I'm Korean, but like, I sometimes felt it like difficult to like eat every day.
Yeah.
Because it's the same food, like same routine, and although it's quite affordable, cheaper than Korean food, like sometimes I get like stomach ache like after eating it. So yeah, it was good
Nice.
Korean food.
The hakshik.
Hakshik.
You have it like almost every day?
like at least like twice or 3 times a week.
I mean,
Nice.
we always after our class we always go to Hakshik
Hakshik?
and have lunch together
Where do you guys go? The second floor or the downstairs?
downstairs.
Yeah, because it's like
That
a
one's
buffet.
coated, yeah.
Mhm.
And every time we go, the menu is pretty good actually.
Yeah, it was.
I'm glad. And what's the third thing?
Third thing would be the way the professor speaks, like how the lecture goes, is quite different. So like there's kind of interaction between professor and students. I don't know if it's like it depends on the professors, but most of the class I'm taking in Korean University, like they have the professor really encourage students to have interactions, and they will like ask questions to students. So I think that's quite different.
So in the Indonesian university, that's like, not as prevalent as in Korean universities.
Oh yes, there is, but not that prevalent. But like maybe like if there's an introverted students, they would prefer Indonesian university style, like one-sided like lecture.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I found it quite interesting to have those differences. Yeah, but our school, like Indonesian school, have also like pros, a lot of pros. Yeah.
Are your most of your classes in the Korean University in English?
I had 4 courses in English and 2 courses in Korean.
Mm.
Yeah.
And in the universities in Indonesia, how are the classes? Are they huge, like hundreds of people, or like small, like most of the classes in Korean university?
Yeah, I think it's the same like Korean university, like 30 to 40 people in one class. But if there's like particular seminar or guest lecture, we would combine to big auditorium and like gather up to join.
Do you like being called upon during class?
Not really.
It's like, Jay, what is the answer to this?
Oh, actually, that happened quite a lot
Oh,
in
yeah?
the University of Indonesia, like in Indonesia, because like I'm the only Korean in the class, and like they would see me as a Korean, so I'm kind of outstanding. So they would ask me like, Jay, do you have any like similar case in Korea? Or, like, what do you think about this as Korean?
And what do you tell them? I don't know. I lived there like 10 years ago.
Well, I of course I would answer them gently because I have to get the scores for participation.
True.
So yeah, I would answer it, but sometimes there are questions that are really hard or like questions about Korea that I don't know. So I would honestly say that I'm not into those kind of field, or like I'm still young, or like I still have a lot to go.
And in your Indonesian university, are most of your classes in English?
Yes, mostly in English.
And there's some in Indonesian?
Yes.
And there's like no Koreans there?
Oh, there are quite a few Koreans. Like in my business management department, that we will have like more than 10 people.
Oh, wow.
I remember. Yeah, but it's still not that lot compared to other like foreign universities. Yeah.
Is there a particular reason why you chose to come an exchange student in Korea, or specifically Korea University?
Oh, actually, one of the biggest reason was that they have similar curriculum with my home university. In a way, I can take more classes and have I would say, better semester without less courses if I go back to my home university. So that was one of the big reason. And also, like, the price was quite relatively affordable compared to other like cities or universities in Europe or other Western countries. And yeah. And third, this was the biggest reason, but like I was used to this country, so there's no need for visa or like language barrier. And yeah, and I also finished my military last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I want to ask you. Nice.
Oh,
Congrats.
yeah. So yeah, spoiler alert. Yeah. So like, oh, why don't I go to the country, back to my country where I defended for a year and a half? Like, I'm worth it. Like, I did my thing. So yeah, that's why I came back.
Before I ask you about anything military related, while you were living abroad, did you ever feel like you're losing your roots, being disconnected from Korea sometimes? Like you felt more maybe Indonesian than Korean sometimes, or maybe you just lost your identity of a Korean?
Like from time to time, like once a month.
Once a month?
Yeah, I had those kind of like feelings sometimes, but it was not like more of like whether I'm Indonesian or Korean, but it's kind of similar, but about belonging. Where do I belong? Like, cause I have my friends in Korea and also in Indonesia, but sometimes I feel like I don't belong to any of those community or group of friends. I'm just lonely cowboy like wandering around, just like accumulating my mileage for Sky Team, those Korean. Like, who am I? Like, where do I belong?
Yeah.
So I have those kind of feelings sometimes, like, because I don't have stable home or like stable routine. I go back and forth. But yeah, now I'm more used to it. This is
nice. Was there a way how you would cope with that, or you would just let it pass?
If that happens,
Yeah.
I will usually go out and work out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So just giving me like physical stress to get rid of mental stress.
You put your pain in something else.
In something else, yes.
So that you forget about the other pain.
Yes, like what matters is that like 100 pounds I'm lifting right now, or like the plank I have to endure right now.
Interesting,
Yeah.
but I'm glad that because you said you're feeling much better now. You're understanding more.
Yes.
I'm glad that's happening. Yeah, because I feel like even us, where we move once or twice, we even have identity crisis sometimes. But I can't imagine moving 3, 4, 5 times.
Yeah.
How hard that must have been, you know. And I have to admit I have a lot of respect for you, because every time you're telling me, oh yeah, I went to San Diego, or oh yeah, I was in this country, I made friends and I would hang out with them. That's a lot of respect. It's not easy to make friends every time you move, you know.
Thank you.
Of course. Indonesia is a bit less advanced than Korea, technology wise, maybe.
Yeah, I would say.
Do you feel a big difference though when you were living there and then coming to Korea as exchange student?
Yes.
In what areas? Maybe even public transportation or like internet speed, any of that.
Yeah, internet speed is big.
It's really big, right?
It's really big. Actually, I'm using 5GX right now in Korea. But yeah, back in those days, it was really hard to get along with the internet.
And how's the public transportation compared to Indonesia?
It's not that like, it's still in progress of building.
In Indonesia, right?
Yeah, so we would usually get a Grab, like the Uber version of Southeast Asia, and like get a carpool or something to move on to another place.
But I do know Indonesia is quickly developing right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is there something Indonesia can learn from Korea in those aspects?
Yeah, a lot. I would say starting from city planning, and also like infrastructures and investments. There are a lot to learn from Korea, I would say. But like the country is currently has massive size itself. So it's like you have a whole mansion, but you have to manage every rooms. So there's still a lot to fix the interior. But meantime, Korea is like a small one room, but it's really like advanced one room, like
Right.
high-tech one room. So you can manage like efficiently. Speaking of that.
Nice
context.
comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you told me your major was business, right?
Yeah.
Specifically business, and what other like areas can you correlate with business?
With finance.
Finance, business.
Yeah, looking at finance.
So later on, what are your plans with this major? Like, do you want to work in Korea or in Indonesia? Like, since you're learning economics and stuff like that, do you learn economics centered in Korea or in like Indonesia?
Actually, I'm thinking of like getting my first career in Indonesia or in Singapore, because Southeast Asia is one of the places I can find more potential with my backgrounds. But I'm considering Korea as well later on to move on. Maybe I can make use of capitals or human resource or good technology, as we mentioned before, to invest in or to leverage in Southeast Asia. So yeah, I'm looking into those aspects.
Do you have any ambitions?
Make a unicorn startup.
A
Wow.
unicorn startup.
Yeah.
So you want to make a startup?
Yes.
In what kind of industry?
In education and food and beverage, it's quite broad, but I'm actually like writing down in my notes to what to consider.
Bro, you're built different.
Can you employ me later on,
No,
like
no.
when I'm jobless?
Oh, he doesn't want to employ you.
Can you not employ me?
No,
No.
I didn't mean that. Like, no, sure, no,
Yeah.
but you can build your own company too.
Ah,
Who knows?
Are you taking notes, man?
yeah. Where's my?
Yeah, actually, the reason I like apply for like business major in Indonesia was to make my own startup and business, cause like I have those kind of vision or like ambition to like have a good family and a house and everything, but in order to achieve that, like I gotta make my own business. I
Right.
thought like getting a salary, in my perspective, it's just personal. In my perspective, like getting salary wouldn't make me happy in the future. That's what I saw in 20s and as I move on to San Diego and other places. So yeah.
You didn't see yourself as a white collar worker.
Oh yes.
Wow.
Because, and that became more evident after I finished my military, because I did most of like paperwork in military. and like working culture in office was really not my type.
Especially here in Korea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta be honest. Interesting. Your ambitions, they're kind of inspiring me too, you know?
Oh,
Like you seeing, you're already thinking about the future and your family.
yeah.
I'm going through this podcast learning something. Thank you.
Oh.
Okay, we're gonna change the topic now,
Okay.
you know? How was the military? And why did you, I mean, you have to come to military, right? Because
Mhm.
you have Korean nationality.
Mm-hmm.
How was it?
It was, not bad actually,
Right?
because I joined the military middle of COVID.
Oh,
Best era.
The best era, yeah. So that was one of the best decision I made in my life, I would say.
what was your specialty?
Oh, so it's quite complicated as well. So I got assigned as a tank driver.
Oh, K2?
APC. Oh, it's different. It's called K200.
Oh,
It's
okay.
called APC,
Oh.
Armor Personal Carrier. So it's kind of look like a tank, but we carry like 10 personnel behind, and I drive those kind of vehicles.
Nice.
And yeah, after that, but even I like after I got dispatched to my camp, it appeared to be 행정병,
Oh,
like person who goes to the undergrounds and like type down like
Right.
한글 files,
Mhm.
those
nice.
documents, yeah, 작전 보고서, those kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And after that, for 5 months, I was in Incheon Airport because I got selected as a translating officer in Incheon Airport.
Oh.
So yeah, I like help people with Indonesian people and other foreigners with translating their like vaccination certificates
Wow.
and PCR tests. It was quite fun and unique experience, I would say.
I'm glad. Overall, it's worth it to go.
It was worth it.
Yeah.
You also had a very diverse
Yeah.
military experience.
Bro, very diverse.
Everything's diverse.
It is.
Such a great guest, Kevin.
Yeah.
Really.
Thank
So much information we can take from you and so many experience you've gone through.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just helpful to people coming to Korea, but for anyone that listens to it, hopefully. Very interesting. How was the translating in the airport?
It was really fun. Except some 진상, I would say.
Chinsan?
Sometimes there are people, you know, like one out of those crowds, there are people who complains about the systems,
No.
and they would like go gossips or like, you know, like forcefully ask for something that's not possible to officers or like workers there. But except that everyone was chill, really nice. And yeah, I saw some celebrities.
Really?
So
Give us one name.
BTS
What?
and Karina.
What?
Karina.
Where's Seon? He's gonna fall in love. He's gonna go crazy.
He's gonna go back to the military.
That's me. I have to go.
Did you translate? I mean, you don't have to translate for that, but
Oh, but I've checked like the passport of J-Hope
wow.
and RM.
That's crazy.
So they gave me the passport and I had to scan the QR code and the passport, whether the address and the vaccination matches with the system.
Wow.
And yeah, the J-Hope's house was like 한남동 somewhere. And like, wow, like there are a lot of celebrities other than that. 손난 was also on the line.
Oh
same
my
line.
god.
Wow.
I saw 손난.
Wait, so when you look at their passport pictures, do they look good in the passport pictures too?
They did a
Wow.
lot. Like, and the passport,
Oh no, sorry.
their passport was really clean. Like it was without the cover, but it was like setting the new one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So-
Do they look like prettier or more handsome in real person?
In person?
In real life?
Yeah, in real life.
Way
they
better?
were way much better.
Oh, wow.
Like for every celebrities, like regardless of their gender, their head was really small. Like it was like a dot. Like
Really?
when it's up, yeah, from apart. And like for like idols or like, you know, Karina and other those kind of girl idols, they were kind of short, but they have really good like, what do you say?
PU?
Yeah.
Like
What was that?
ratio of the body.
Yeah,
I guess
ratio
you
of the
say?
body, like the leg is really long and like
Torso is like
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like, oh, this is like out of normal, like 탈인간.
Did you tell them something?
I couldn't.
I was like, 네, 확인했습니다.
Oh, we were not allowed to like ask for pictures and
Of
stuff.
course.
But like the funny thing was that the time, I would say the month, the BTS was arriving from LA. It was like Korean Air KE11 something from LA in the morning. But it was time when the army issue was hot of BTS, like whether
fans.
they have to join them and enlisted, yeah. And the officer, like commanding officers in Incheon Airport, he was also an army officer. He mentioned that like don't ask BTS that when they're gonna join military, even for a joke, just let them pass if they have the certificate. Yeah, because we all know that they arrive. Like if there's a celebrities coming from other countries, we know it from their like departure.
But there's also fans, right?
Yeah, but usually like outside the after baggage claim.
Yeah.
So we were in the part where they get to the passport.
If it's BTS, I can imagine it was crowded.
Oh yeah, I heard that it was really crowded on that day too.
That's crazy.
Oh,
nice experience.
That's a very unique experience right there.
Not anyone can do that.
Yeah.
And you gotta maintain your professionalism.
Yeah, and actually the funny thing about the way they select the soldiers for translating was also with those TOEFL scores, and there was English proficiency, but also the time they lived in abroad was quite big.
If you don't mind asking me asking you, what's your TOEFL score?
970.
970?
Oh, sorry, it's TOEIC.
Oh,
it's like 105.
105?
Yeah, not that high, like mid.
Oh, that's not high?
No, sorry.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Wow. Bro.
Yeah.
You have lived a life, haven't you?
Yeah.
Very unique.
Different cultures, different experiences.
Not everyone lives like that, right? I mean, you consider yourself lucky in a way?
Yeah, I'm grateful for having those experiences.
Always grateful.
Really grateful.
Yeah.
I can see why you want to create your own business. As a person that had so many different experiences, I feel like it would be different to like kind of stay in your comfort zone, right? You want to do something different.
Yes, that's big.
Yeah, so we can start concluding, but before we do, we always we wanna give you some questions on some advice that you can give some people. So, as an exchange student coming to Korea, what advice would you give them before they go an exchange student?
Study first before you play.
Study first before playing?
Before you play. Because I saw a couple friends who got trouble or struggle in the middle of midterm period and also in the study area. Because you're coming to Korea as an exchange student, not a tourist. So it's for their own benefits. You gotta get the scores, at least to pass the class. In a way, you can play really good after the class or after the academic time.
You're basically saying, you're not saying don't play.
Yeah.
You're saying just do what you have to, because it's all money anyways.
Yes.
It's your money and time.
Money and time.
Do what you have to do, and then you can have as much as fun as you want.
Yes. And that gives more satisfaction, I would say. After completing your assignments and playing out, gives more satisfaction.
Bro, you're giving me a new perspective of thinking of life, man.
That's something we have to learn,
yeah,
bro.
Man, for real. Really. I'm not even kidding, bro. You're making me rethink some life decisions. Damn. Any other tip? Yeah, it can be something silly, anything,
Something silly.
Or not, or serious, anything.
Okay. Make good use of transportation in Seoul. Because I could say I went to quite a lot of countries like Prague, Hungary, Turkey, US, everywhere. But Seoul has one of the best, I would say best transportation out of all. Even better than Hong Kong or Singapore.
Wow.
Where I've been. It's the best of best. So make good use of it. You should go somewhere, not just sitting around in your room. You should try a lot.
Don't just be drinking alcohol in Seoul. Go drink alcohol in another city too.
Yeah, there's way much better places than Hongdae or Itaewon clubs. Like, yeah, actually there's a lot.
And is there anything you'll take for granted once you go back to Singapore? Singapore.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
Bro.
so sorry. I apologize.
sorry.
I apologize. To Indonesia, like anything Korean that you're gonna take for granted.
People would be the best outcome and the grant I had in Korea, including Kevin and our podcast
Oh, appreciate it.
and students in KU, because I learned a lot from other students in KU as well, and the professors and learnings as well. So yeah, I would say it's the biggest benefits I had.
And what is an aspect about Korean culture that you think a foreigner should understand before coming to Korea?
That Korean people are quite introverted. So, like, they're the people not that extrovert. If you're to approach them in the first place, you gotta be like gentle to them, like in a way that you treat like kitty. You go gently and like say hi. Yeah.
Get to know them first.
Yeah, I had to know
Slowly.
them first, slowly, and then ask them for something or like, hang out. But I can understand that foreign people have different cultures and more into extroverted backgrounds. But I discovered that Korean people, there are a lot of introverted people.
Yeah.
So yeah, actually, I approach other people in classrooms like Korean
Oh, yeah?
students, including Kevin. Like,
Oh, you approached him first.
I approach him first.
But you talked to him in Korean in the beginning, right?
Yes, to not like make him surprised, like 안녕하세요 and like 같은 수업 들으시네.
But yeah, you were very smooth with it, you know.
Yes.
Oh, he was smooth with it?
Yeah. Because he was just like, oh, like, what did you say? Like,
What did I say?
what do you think of this class and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, I started with that.
And then when you did you tell him first that you came from like Indonesia?
Not at the like very first moment, but after we like had conversation, yeah, we smoothly like had lunch and like, why don't we
Nice.
grab lunch or
Yeah.
something?
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like you make a lot of connections.
Yeah, a lot of connections.
That's great.
That's
Networking.
great. Important for business too.
Yeah, of course. You're getting ready for the future.
Yeah.
And talking about the future, other than that startup, what are your plans after your stay in Korea?
Probably go back to my university on July or beginning of August, and then prepare for my last year as a senior
Oh,
for fourth grade. So yeah, I'm gonna prepare my CVs and get more connection at LinkedIn.
on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, like recruiting, and also like searching for new opportunities. Yeah.
Amazing.
And yeah, and also prepare for body profile picture.
Wow, you're getting
Oh,
ready?
Really?
Yeah.
In Korea?
I was about to plan like get in Korea, but it's not going well because of the food.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm not making excuse. This is real. Like,
I mean, at the end of the day, you are, in a way, visiting Korea right now as an exchange student.
yes.
No.
So yeah, I'm gonna make that more progressive. Yeah.
And before we end it off, you wanna, if you want people to follow you, you wanna tell them your socials, maybe even LinkedIn, anything. We'll put them in the link, but just shout out anything.
Oh yes, I'll put my LinkedIn and Instagram ID.
All right, for sure. And we wish you the best of luck in your startup,
Thank you.
in your body profile, in your life in Indonesia
And
or
everything.
Singapore
Oh yes.
or anywhere in the world.
Oh, that'd be great.
And we just want to thank you for taking your time off today and coming to speak with us. We learned a lot, actually.
Yeah, seriously.
Really, you. I'm not even kidding. You opened up a new way of me, a new perspective for me. Probably to Kevin too, right?
Of course.
No, really, and it was very helpful
Yeah.
for us as well.
Thank you very much for coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. Any final words?
No, I mean, we had a great conversation, and we'll be seeing you again before you leave. You know?
Yeah, let's meet up for sure. Any final words, Jude? Jade?
Thank you for having me, and have fun in Korea, everyone.
And thank you for listening to today's episode. I was your host, Daniel.
And,
Our co-host Kevin.
and Jade.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
guys.
guys.
I'll see you guys next time.
Hey guys, this is the Social Battery Podcast. Thank you for watching our video. If you want to watch our last video, click here. If you want to listen to our playlist, click here. If you want to subscribe, click here.